cortisol already. We spoke about hyperaldosteronism. So now, say the same patient we're thinking has got hypertension, but the patient's got episodic hypertensive episodes as well as flushing, right? What do you think about? You think about pheochromocytoma. Now, does it always have to be episodic? All of your classic is no longer classic, and the boards knows it, okay? So you don't have to have the episodic features of pheochromocytoma. You can just have hypertension that's resistant, and it's still because of pheochromocytoma. So if you're suspecting pheochromocytoma, how are you going to test them for it? So you have two methods.
Serum and urine.
Yes, you can go with serum, or you can go with urine, okay? If you're going to do serum, you'll do serum, meta-nephrins. If you're going to do urine, you're going to use urine, meta-nephrins, and catecholamines. Okay? Now, when would you pick what? Okay? You get it, and the levels are high. You've proven that the patient's got elevated meta-nephrins. Once you've proven patient's got high meta-nephrins based on your biochemistry, what comes next?
CT.
Imaging. You want to do an imaging to show that the patient's actually got a pheochromocytoma. Typically, a pheochromocytoma is what? Where does it come from? Remember your adrenal gland? It's got a cortex, but also in the middle, it's got something called the medulla. And the medulla's got chromaffin C cells. And that C cells is what releases norepinephrine as well as epinephrine, neurotransmitters that, when released in too much, is causing all the problem with hypertension, right? So the chromaffin C cells is what actually is releasing it. So you would imagine when you say pheochromocytoma, you expect a tumor right there. So you're going to scan your adrenal gland to see if the patient's actually got a tumor in the adrenal gland. But that's too easy now. And the boards knows that. It's not just from here anymore. Where else can you also have problems that can produce the same elevated neurotransmitters? Do a CT and you find nothing. What do you do then?
So the serum.
Transfer patient to another hospital. Do you have a specific scan you can do? What's your treatment?
Remove it.
Remove it. If you got a problem with an adenoma that's producing too much of it, you're going to remove it. You want to remove it now?
Give the fluid first. Then remove it.
So the patient is here today, okay, and you want to remove this patient's pheochromocytoma, right? So what do you want to do? You want to do it today? Surgeon saying, I'm ready.
Hydration first.
Okay, you give him hydration. Can I do it now? I'm well hydrated. You want me to do surgery right now?
You're gonna release all the.
So this is the thing. You need to start them on a medicine first. You want to suppress this pheochromocytoma's neurotransmitter. So what drug are you going to give to block your norepi and your epi? Phenoxybenzamine. Now you want an alpha-1 blocker, right? When you're looking at your alpha-1 blocker, you have reversible and irreversible. What is your irreversible one? Phenoxybenzamine. Your reversible one is phentolamine. So what do you want? Do you want reversible or irreversible? You want irreversible blockade here. You start them on phenoxybenzamine and block it out. So once you start phenoxybenzamine, what are you targeting? If you're blocking alpha-1, what's going to happen to your heart rate? It's going to go up. You're going to have a reflex tachycardia. So should I start a beta blocker first to make sure there's no reflex tachycardia before I give phenoxybenzamine? Why not?
Make it worse.
Because I'm going to make it worse. Because when you think of norepi and epi, they have both effect on alpha-1, alpha-2 as well as beta receptors. So you putting a beta blocker on first is going to have a lot more unopposed action on your alpha, which you don't want. So alpha blockade first, then comes beta blockers. Aortic dissection, exact opposite. Aortic dissection, beta blockade first. Then you can do anything else you want with your alpha. Okay? So here, alpha blockade first with phenoxybenzamine. Once your heart rate is controlled to 130 to 140, if you're becoming tachycardic, start them on a beta blocker. Then you send them home. They stay on these two drugs for a few weeks. Now, before they come for surgery, make sure they're well hydrated, because it's very important that they stay well hydrated prior to surgery. They come for surgery, you do surgery. While you're doing surgery, if the patient's blood pressure shoots up, Because intraoperatively you're squeezing on the gland and everything's getting released. What are you going to give them then? Now, pheochromocytomas tend to coexist with some other conditions. What conditions?
Men 1,
VHL,
men
men 2.
2.
Is it men 1?
No, men 2.
Men 2A, 2B, what else?
Neurofibromatosis 1.
Very good. Neurofibromatosis 1 and
Von Hippel-Lindau.
wonderful. VHL, von Hippel-Lindau syndrome. So those are the 4 that's associated with pheochromocytoma.